Hello, and welcome to our 5th episode of The Gracious Patriot. We're so grateful for the many of you who have already subscribed and have viewed our videos. If you're new to our channel, we hope you'll enjoy all these videos. There are more to come, Lord willing, and so we hope that you will subscribe. Again, thank you and welcome to The Gracious Patriot. We ended our last episode by explaining how General Washington rallied the American army from beaten and ragtag to eventual victory in the Revolutionary War. To his fellow countrymen, he indeed was first in war. But once the war ended, he brought about a remarkable peace. We compared it to our Lord's leadership in the war against Satan and how he makes relationships right through himself, thus making peace. The Apostle Paul said, "For he himself is our peace, who hath made both one, and has broken down the middle wall of division between us, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, that is the law of commandments contained in ordinances, so as to create in himself one new man from the two, thus making peace, and that he might reconcile them both to God in one body through the cross, therefore putting to death the enmity. And he came and preached peace to you who are far off, and to those who were near. For through him we both have access by one Spirit to the Father, that is Jew and Gentile." There would be no peace without Christ, for as Isaiah said, he is the Prince of Peace, Isaiah 9:6. The division between Jew and Gentile was ended by him, Galatians 3:26-29. Peace is right relationships, and Christ made it possible to be in a right relationship with God by means of his redemption and reconciliation. Paul said, "Therefore, having been justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ," Romans 5:1. He is indispensable because without Christ, there can be none of this. Similarly, George Washington grew into a popular and powerful figure. Yet voluntarily, he peacefully surrendered the command of the Continental Army. Now, no one was a rival for the affections of the American people in his day, yet he refused to take the country by force. The year was 1783. After celebrating victory in New York on November the 25th, he met with Congress on December the 4th and resigned his commission. He was home to Mount Vernon by December the 24th. Many Americans wanted him to be King George I, but he refused. In fact, he would not even seek a third term as president, even though he would have easily won. He set the precedent by which, in our remarkable republic, power has changed hands 45 times without a single shot being fired. That alone is Washington's legacy and makes him, in the eyes of his countrymen, first in peace. Now think about all the rancor and political talk of the day. It seems that politicians try to outdo themselves in nastiness. Most Americans cannot wait until elections are over and political ads are finally over too. It's often dirty and filthy and an accusatory campaign. It is so interesting that Washington was so against this kind of activity. In his farewell address of September the 17th, 1796, he said, "However, political parties may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of time and things become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards the very engines which have lifted them to unjust dominion." He could not have been more right. May God give us statesmen like George Washington rather than slimy politicians just after their own interests. In our next episode, we want to compare first in the hearts of his countrymen. We hope you will join us then, the Lord willing. Thank you so much for joining us with The Gracious Patriot, and please don't forget to subscribe and may you have just a great day.